Well, hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and welcome to the Dr. Hank Show. We are going to really take 2022 next year to a whole new level with this episode. That you're going to see how you can add a six-figure income. You're going to see, in fact, on how to have some solutions about the shortage that we're with. And I'm very pleased to have with us, we always have the top everybody. And so this will be for both real estate agents and loan officers that you're going to get a lot out of this and a lot of money out of this by the time we're done. And it's basically free. All of it is free. And so with me today is our guest, Brett Carman. And Brett, welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody.
Brett is one of the top 1% loan officers in America. He's my preferred loan officer that he can help you in lots of states all over, and we can actually help you either directly with Brett or with other agents throughout the United States in any state. So literally this is applicable to anywhere that you are in the U.S. And I do want to, before we get into it, Brett, that I want to do the little tease that literally at the end of Brett's presentation, which will give you a solution now for the shortage of inventory and how you can literally get every deal there. But in addition to that we're going to send you to a webinar that you can just register for, real easy, real short webinar, but it's going to change your career if you're a loan officer or a real estate agent. So hang on to that. And with that, Brett, I'm going to put up your PowerPoint here. And so tell us, how are we, Brett, gonna have that inventory shortage? What's the solution, man?
Well, thanks for having me today. Dr. Hank, always a pleasure. I just wanted to get into a few of the obvious issues that are going on in the market right now with respect to how low home inventories are. I mean, We're seeing sometimes less than a 30-day inventory nationwide. We've got lots of issues coming up with being able to just get an offer accepted out there. And I just kind of wanted to get into a few of the things that we've come up with in the past 18 months or so to solve this. And some of them are brand new. And that's what I really want to touch on while I'm here.
That's great.
So let me get there. Where is it at? So obviously in Texas, where I'm at, it's been really crazy for about the last year and a half, 2 years. We've got an increase in demand with an influx of people coming in from out of town. Home buyers here are competing with investors, the iBuyer platforms like the Zillows that in recent news are starting to sell off because they've overbought. So they took a lot of the inventory off the shelf for our clients and home buyers in general. You've been seeing home prices go through the roof because people are willing to pay 10, 20, 50, 100,000 over or more just to win the offer. And it's just, it's really made it a struggle for, the average family that's just trying to, find a new place to live, or getting transferred in town. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, you bet. Absolutely. And even my son in Frisco, he had to pay over $100,000 asking price to get that house. And if he wouldn't have done it, it was back in like March. If he wouldn't have done that, that they would have been stuck and they wouldn't have had, the school system and everything that they wanted. So, this is very real, and there are families out there. And what I love, what you have to bring us is, solutions to that, because, not only that, but before the show, we were talking about now it's no fun being an agent anymore with a buyer, and it's no fun for the loan officer either, because their offers aren't being accepted or whatever.
Right. It's a shame. So I kind of wanted to touch on just a little bit of the multiple offer situation, which, as you're an agent, you're driving people around. You finally found one that just came on the market. You write that offer. You do your research first, so you're spending significant time, right?
Yeah.
And they fall in love, and then next thing you know, the rug's pulled out from under because they took a cash offer or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's just talking about the offers that are being accepted out there overwhelmingly. When the sellers have places to go to, they want to eliminate as much risk as possible.
Yeah.
And so when they see that cash offer, even though it may not be as good as the finance offers, the appearance of less risk seems to appeal to them. And that's why the open door knock, Zillow type offers have been, taking precedence because they can close quickly. They can close, they can prove funds. There's no hiccups with the loan. And so people are taking the discount.
Yeah. And I look at that as cash is king. Pretty much always will be king. And so it does reduce the risk. And, you got the iBuyers and investors out there that are saying, hey, I'll give you cash, and they take it. They feel that. And then you brought up another good point is the seller is going to become a buyer now too. And so this will actually be good for any listings that you have for real estate agents, is that you'll have a solution now for them as well, because they don't want to sell their house if they don't think they can get that next home.
You stole my thunder. That's a big byproduct of what we're doing.
Sorry.
It's an intended consequence rather than an unintended consequence. We have a shortage of inventory on the starter home side too. And so those starter home sellers are afraid to list because they're afraid they can't move up. And so then we have a rental population that can't get out of renting because there's no inventory. This is going to solve a lot of this problem it's going to take a little time, but we've got some pretty good liquidity, over $500 million right now that we're going to put at this. And then it's going to ramp up as soon as we need it. We can go to over, I think, $1 billion in a month. So anyway, here's what I wanted to show you. We recognize that too many people are having trouble getting in. We started this about 1.5 years ago. The first thing we do, it's called Protect Your Transaction. We call it the PYT from the Michael Jackson days, And so PYT is basically a registered trademark program for AmeriFirst, where instead of just a pre-approval, we can take it the next step to help your clients win. I'll show you that in just a minute.
Okay.
The next one is the cash buyer program, and the third one is the trade-in program. Those are the three I wanted to talk to you guys about today.
Okay.
Let me show you what PYT. Most lenders issue a pre-approval letter, and it lets the agents and interested parties know that their finances have been looked at and their credit. Okay, they meet the basic requirements to buy a home. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is it's not a fully investigated loan yet. It's a cursory look at the credit. It's a cursory look at the pay stubs, bank statements. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not. It's only as good as the loan officer that's actually putting it together. And even still, there could be surprises during the verification process that come up. Like let's say their overtime, they haven't received it long enough, even though it's on their pay stubs. You don't know that until you get a verification. Stuff like that doesn't always happen early.
Yeah.
And since the pre-approval that you guys are getting as an agent aren't a full loan commitment, the lender is not going to have to stand behind that pre-approval. So you get that offer accepted and something blows up, it's still just a piece of paper. It's only worth what it's written on. So there's no guarantees with the pre-approval letter. Okay.
Right.
So there's a problem that's occurring with pre-approval versus pre-qualification. They're often used interchangeably, and basically not everybody knows what the difference. That's according to the CFPB, and I've seen it in my own 31-year career here.
Yeah.
So it's not really fair that there's that, confusion out there. Okay.
Right.
So the solution is we're going to go ahead and do a pre-approval that's actually a full approval. And with that, there's going to be some guarantees. Okay.
Okay. Right.
We have what's called Protector Transaction Certificate. It's a fully underwritten file. It takes about 5 to 7 business days, depending on how long it takes for you to get conditions in. So picture this as a loan without a property that's acting like it's a full file. It goes all the way through. Our underwriter gets conditions, verifications of employment. We document child support, everything all the way through. At the end of it, we basically, instead of getting it clear to close, we get the certificate. What's significant about that is it's going to put a guarantee, an assurance that's going to your buyer that they can even assign to the seller, and it gives them a $15,000 guarantee that we're going to close this loan if you accept our contract. Okay.
Wow. What about the appraisal?
So that's really what it's subject to: clear title and appraisal.
Okay. Got it.
So if we don't close it for any reason of ours, any fault of ours, having to do with something that we overlooked, something we missed, obviously we can't know about the value of the home until we do the appraisal. So that's going to be a subject too. But for the most part, we're talking really solid assurances. And if you have an appraisal waiver on your offer, well, then I guess you're pretty well set as a seller to know that you've got a good buyer. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So when I mentioned the guarantee or the assurance, they can't call it insurance because of insurance laws. But basically, if you look down the left side here, it's got $15,000 assurance that will close. We add another $5,000 because we love our veterans and first responders. Okay. So it's going to be $20,000 for teachers, nurses, veterans, first responders. Okay.
Right.
And that gives you the most assurance for your money. So if you're looking at, as a listing agent, if you're looking at 5 offers and one of them has this guarantee that's already been underwritten, and your seller is going to get paid significant money if we don't close, you're going to pick that one. It's going to give you a differentiation, right? It's going to let your offer stand out.
Got it.
So if you have to do a finance offer, this is the gold standard way to do it, to at least give yourself a fighting chance in this market.
Got it. Great. All right.
Here's just a quick list of the types of programs that will allow for the PYT eligibility. We cannot do realtors' personal loans for this, unfortunately. And here's just kind of, you can take a screenshot or we can circle back to that. But I just kind of wanted to quickly show you what kind of loans.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and on all that detail, we'll get to back to you on that. Ask you about the detail on it.
All right. The next program we have is called the Cash Buyer Program. Brand new, been running for about 60 to 90 days. Kind of been beta tested. Feel like we have a pretty good handle on how this is working. This is where allowing for our PYT customers to go ahead and make a cash offer on this house that they're looking at. So instead of competing and getting bullied by these cash buyers, we're going to go bully them. Okay? We're gonna be your bully partner to go to the playground with this, and we can close in 5 to 7 business days. We want an inspection, but we'll give your agents. The agents are going to get a proof of funds. We just need to see clear title and inspection, and we're going to go. Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to give you some detail on that. So we'll buy the property for cash, and then we're going to resell it to our client.
Okay.
At the end.
And is that the same day, or how does that typically work?
Well, if it was the same day, we are going to assign that. So the only thing we're waiting on again in this instance is going to be an appraisal and title work. So if you need a 5-day close, let's say for some whatever reason, and you can't get that seller to give you 28 days, for due diligence, then we'll go ahead and take ownership of it. We'll close on it. And then as soon as your appraisal comes in and title, we're going to assign it. We're going to sell it back to you for a nominal fee, very low fee, just to cover expenses.
What is the fee?
It's 1.5%.
Okay, got it. So I can be a cash buyer and it only costs me 1.5%, which, folks, that is cheap. You know, most homes have gone up 20% this year, and they are expected to continue to go up next year, all the way through next year. That all of my financial analysis has shown that they're going to continue to go up, and this isn't a bubble or anything else. That, you know, there's 160 million millennials that are entering our market to buy new homes. New home builders could take 10 years, could build for 10 more years and still not keep up with the demand. So this is going on, and this only costs you 1.5%. So that's amazing, Brett. Awesome.
Yeah, so the other thing about this is, in addition to the 1.5%, there's a couple other fees. Like, we're not going to pay the title fees when we sell it back to you either, because all right. So we're just trying to defray the cost. This is not a moneymaker for us in any way, shape, or form. 1.5% kind of covers the cost to administer the program, but this is not a business model that is built around fees for us. It's built around getting our big pre-approval pipeline converted into closed loan pipeline, right? So just understand that that's why there are the fees there are. And the other thing is, we also charge 8% interest on the new loan until you close. So as you take 30 days, we'll take 8% divided by 365 times 30 to get your per diem, right? It's not 8% of the total; it's 8% of the outstanding balance per year. Okay,
got it. Cool.
Here's what's happening in a lot of the cases. In fact, last week it was at about 80% of the time we never even have to take possession. Like, we don't take title on this. So we get enough. The agents are getting us enough time. Maybe the sellers don't want to close in 5 days. If they can get us enough time, we'll order a rush appraisal. Even if we have to pay double the appraisal, your buyer is coming up way better shape, paying an extra $500 for an appraisal than the 1.5%. And we'll just assign the contract the way the language is written. We're just going to assign that contract to the buyer and docs are at title. And you close just like you normally would. And guess what? You know what the cost is for that, Dr. Hank?
Zero.
Possession? $0. We charge nothing.
Wow, that's great. I didn't know about that one. And that is, if it's longer than 5 days, and then we get the appraisal and everything, that basically they'll just buy it outright. And
we never take. So the only time we charge a fee is if we take ownership.
Got it.
Property.
Okay.
Other than that, we would rather not do this.
Right.
We would rather not be in that, in that game of having to flip these things around.
Yeah.
But the fact that it gives us that opportunity and gives you options, it helps you win. That's what we're all about.
That's awesome.
We can't do FHA, and there's anti-flipping rules with several of these programs, government programs. So right now we're relegated to, conventional jumbo and VA. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the cash buyer program. Now I got another one for you, Dr. Hank.
All right.
Picture yourself as a seller, like we talked about, and you're going, I'm afraid to sell because I don't want to be homeless.
Wow.
And you go, okay, I could sell it to an open door. I could sell it to, one of those other, competitors.
Yeah.
But in this home buying market, I'll take probably a 5% to 10% haircut when I sell it to them. And then what if my house sells for $40,000, $50,000 over? They keep all of it.
Yeah.
So what we did was we kind of reverse engineered, made the same model, but for selling. Yeah. So we'll go in and buy your house. Let's say you got a $500,000 house, Dr. Hank. We're going to advance you 90% and buy the house from you. Okay.
Got it.
So that's $450, right?
Yeah.
At $450, you're still going to list it at 500.
Yeah.
Your agent, not ours, Dr. Hank, your agent is
Right.
going to list it for 500. If it sells for 550, you get all of that.
Wow.
Okay? We just advanced you 90% to cover commissions and shortages and anything that could pop up in there, the what ifs.
Wow.
But we're still only taking, we can close quickly again. We're still only taking the same 1.5% fee on the buy side when we buy from you. Okay.
Got it.
You're still paying the title fees and you're still paying the 8% interest on the outstanding balance until it's sold. Okay.
Got it.
Pretty straightforward. And here's the best part. In this heated market, you don't lose the upside.
Right.
You just don't get it. You don't get it all the day we buy it from you. You get it all when it sells.
Yeah, okay? That's great. That's great. Because, the number one fear right now on people selling their home is they're afraid that they can't buy their next home. This way, this takes this all out of the equation, that they can go and, in essence, be a cash buyer.
Well, no contingencies, at least, right?
Yeah, and to be able to, if they need more over the appraised value of the new place, whatever. I mean, they have the cash to be able to do that, and then they can still enjoy the upside of selling their home and making additional whatever over and above the appraised value it sells for. Mm-hmm. So it's really just you win on that, and we eliminate the fear and the concern for the seller as well as the buyer. Love it, Brett.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I get asked a lot if you can do both, because just because we bought your house doesn't mean you can go in and offer on the next house. You can do both. We can do the cash buy on your place and purchase your new home for you. It's basically two programs that can be joined.
Wow.
It's quite powerful to see them in action. It's fun.
Yeah.
So here's my information. If you have any other questions, you certainly reach out. I'm putting all this up there for the people that don't watch this live.
Okay.
Hit me up with questions. There's my contact information on it. And I really just appreciate you letting me be here with you, Dr. Hank. We always have a good time.
Yeah, you bet, Brad. And that's just super information and programs that aren't available anyplace else. And I just love it. And even though you have 4 states listed that know that we can actually do this in all states, and we have the ability to be able to do that with AmeriFirst Financial. And so that's just super. So with that, again, as a recap, that we basically have protect your transaction certificate, and that's a $15,000 guarantee that it will be funded. And then we also have a cash buyer program, and then we basically have a trade-in where you can sell for cash now, buy now, and then you can combine the programs. Mm-hmm. That's just amazing. Fantastic. So we have one more thing that we wanted to share with everybody, and it's really exciting. I mean, that right there will help your sellers, will give them relief for your sellers, will help your buyers to get out of all these bidding wars and everything. And now we have something specific to all loan officers and all real estate agents. Mm-hmm. And the specifics on this, so if everybody would write down, if you'll write down www.relo, RELO, matrix, matrix.com. And if you go up there, you'll be able to register for a short webinar that happens twice a week. This is the fastest thing going. And on the loan officer side, would you take a minute, Brett, to let us know on what that opportunity is? I mean, can a loan officer make more money now and kind of get out of that? I think the average LO makes about $60,000, kind of like an agent. Can you tell us a little about the advantages of joining this Relo Matrix program?
Absolutely. So, Dr. Hank, the reason I am at this company now is because of the reload program. When I saw it, I could not unsee it. I've been doing this for 30 years. It's been an amazing journey. I get here, I learn about reload. It stands for Real Estate Loan Officer. It's real estate agents who are getting their commissions compressed down every seems like every time you turn around, a builder's cutting their commission.
Right.
The bonuses are gone. The MLS listings are getting cut shorter. Now that you've got an opportunity to be a real estate loan officer, all you're doing is getting your classes done for the licensing to become a licensed loan officer.
Uh-huh.
We sponsor your license, your mortgage license. You don't change anything to do with your brokerage. We give you a tracking link, and we to your application, and then we handle all the heavy lifting for you, and you're going to get paid on that. Just like if you're a loan officer or a branch looking to have a great turnkey solution with all the programs out there, we can bring you on board. You can now pay your agents for referrals that are licensed.
Yeah.
And we allow you to bring those people in under your branch. You can then earn a residual income from them and the people that they bring on. It is a very powerful tool. I have an agent with 1,800 agents under him already.
That's
and
great.
We're going about converting that to, bringing them into the reload program as well.
Yeah.
So I just think that for a loan officer to have a built-in group of agents that are getting paid and incentivized to bring them in, it's a pretty straightforward way to build a partnership with an agent instead of them jumping ship every time somebody waves some flashy new program in front of them.
Yeah.
We have all the programs that you could ever ask for. We have down payment assistance to great jumbos, reverse mortgages, everything you'd want as a loan officer here.
Yeah.
I was very happy where I was before I learned about this. And I told them, and I told you,
Right.
I'm not recruitable. I'm happy. I'll go look at this opportunity and tell you why it's not going to work. Because if you can't close on time, remember I told you, if you can't close on time and compete price wise, I don't care what you pay the real estate agent, they're not going to do it.
Right.
And so I went out there myself, interviewed everybody, and just shook my head that day. I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to have to leave my great opportunity. I loved where I was. I loved the guys that I was with, and I had to leave. And I've never looked back. I've never been happier.
That's fantastic.
Right here.
That's fantastic, Brad. And so for loan officers, it is the opportunity if you really want to enhance your income in 2022. You need to look at this. That again, Brad is a top 1 producer, making about $1 million a year, a top 1% producing LO, and he was happy where he was. And when he saw this could make him more money, be better for the consumer. And that's what both of us loved about this. And then on the agent side, that I was counting up, Brett, a couple of weeks ago, that if you just do it, it's incredible. But if you invite 20 agents to this opportunity, and remember, for loan officer, it makes the agent sticky, if you will, because you have the best programs, you have the best for the consumer, and you're going to make money now for the agents. But catch this, if you invite 20 agents and they each just invite 2 agents, and everybody just does 4 transactions a year with buyers, you'd make $738,000. And that I also did it to where it was even easier than that, and not so many people, and like about the minimal you'll make on this program. And all you have, you're a real estate agent. So again, I'm the agent side now. You're a real estate agent that that you will now be able to get paid up to $2,500 on the mortgage side and not have to do any work. Brett and his amazing team and all of our teams across America are going to be able to do the amazing work for you, and you're going to get paid minimally $185,000. And that's what this program is, and why it's just a way to be able to enhance your passive income and your overall income. So it is a great program, and we've both been involved in it for about a year, and they're the real thing. And it provides everything that we just shared with you. Again, go to www.relomatrix, RELOMATRIX.com, and you'll see that short webinar, and then reach out to either Brett or to me, and we'll share with you the next easy steps that you only need. What I think it did 3 days of school, and pretty much that was it. So in 3 days I was able to make minimally $185,000 more per year, and up to, again, using those conservative numbers, $738,000. It's all legal, all approved by the government and all the regulations that they have approved it. And so it really, and nobody else is doing this. This is the only one that is doing all of this, where you can invite other agents and be able to enjoy all that income. So any other thoughts or comments, Brett, before we say goodbye to everybody?
No, I just kind of want to add that, if you're looking to grow your business, whether you're a real estate agent or a loan officer, the added income that we're going to bring to you through this program, not only will it not cost your clients any more money, it's not going to cause you to do anything different than you were already doing, which is make a recommendation to a great loan officer that you can handle it, and you're going to be able to track the transaction all the way through. And so you're going to really have a higher fiduciary level, knowing where your clients' loans are, because you're part of the process now. You can watch it happen real time. And it's where you take that income as an agent and build it back into a marketing budget. You're going to double your income.
Right.
You pay up to $2,500 per file that you refer through here. And it's amazing what that extra 10, 20 grand a year will do for you if you roll it back into building up your company.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So there's all kinds of opportunity. And that's why we always say, easy money, easy life. And here you go on how to have that easy money, easy life. And money is a good thing. It can help you to further build your business, to put it away, invest it. And, we have all kinds of things. And in fact, in my book, Your GPS to Success, actually shows on all these different ways to be able to increase your business and wealth. So whether you're a loan officer, real estate agent, get in touch with Brett and I. Go and look at that webinar. Again, it's a short one. It's maybe 20 minutes. It's live. It's twice a week. And we'd love for you to at least take a look at this opportunity, because to me, it is the biggest opportunity in 2022 for you, either as a real estate agent or a loan officer. This is it. And we're giving it to you as a Christmas surprise, a little early for the whole holiday present for you. So with that, Brett, thanks so much for being on, and really appreciate all the help that you've been to all of our clients, and you're just, amazing. And then you add on, besides all this money and everything, you add on these 3 amazing programs that you are able to offer now, the buyers as well as the sellers, to get them relief and increase the number of listings you have. So it's really all the answers are right here. All you need to do is take inspired action and reach out to Brett and I. So with that, Brett, thanks so much for being on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, everybody. Thanks, Dr. Hank.
Okay, thank you, Brett. Thanks for showing up, everybody, and I can't wait to hear from you and to ask. And a whole nother thing that I even forgot about on all this is there's no monthly fee, there's no upfront fee, there's no fees, doesn't cost anything. So it's like, oh my gosh. And so this is something that you can get for free and actually add value to your customers as well as to you and your family. So with that, we wish all of you happy holidays, love you, and know that everything you want is coming your way. All the best. Bye bye.